back, and here's Kent to lead off our discussion with Senior Editor Connie Hill.
Thank you so much for being here today, Connie.
My pleasure.
We really appreciate it. And we've invited you because you represent a segment of the publishing business with whom writers have both a love and a hate relationship with. So we wanted to make sure that you got your side of the argument put in here. Just a little bit about your background, Connie. You graduated from Metropolitan State University with a BA in publishing and writing. You worked in the newspaper field for a very long time, working just about everything you said, from typesetting to the journalism itself.
Right.
You've been involved as an editor with Llewellyn Publications now since 1987 and have been involved with their very fine mystery imprint, Midnight Ink, since its inception, I believe.
Right.
Yep. And you told me that you oversee the production of 20 to 24 novels every year.
Wow. Well, they're not all novels.
Okay.
This year, for instance, I have 13 of the 22 I'm doing are mystery novels.
Okay.
The others are various different things, different topics.
Well, and in addition to that, you also hire, train, supervise. You're a very busy woman.
Yes.
I'm going to throw you a softball question to begin with. Tell us what's most exciting about being an editor.
Well, the only thing that would be more exciting would be if I wrote myself, but I'm kind of busy. That's something maybe I could do later on. But it's just really exciting to be involved in bringing something that I think is wonderful and interesting and fascinating to the public. If I worked in a bookstore, I wouldn't take any money home. I'd take books home and so forth. So.
Do you actually do the acquiring then?
No.
You see the manuscript? Okay,
No.
so somebody else acquires it. You're responsible for taking whatever they've acquired and turning it into a really fine product for readers.
I like to think they're fine, yes.
Well, we've seen the line, and it is fine.
Change the subject slightly because I worked at Metropolitan State University for 25 years.
Oh, I thought I'd seen
And
that.
I wondered if, so you must have been a student there while I was teaching. That's
Could be.
kind of interesting. I met somebody at a conference the other day, also who graduated from Metro State. So we're all over the place. We're going to take over the world, right?
We are very familiar with our take on the editor-writer relationship from the writer's angle. Could you talk a little bit about it from the editor's side?
Okay, our line is a little unique in that we started with first-time authors who had agents. So the agents had vetted the manuscripts, and so we knew we weren't getting, just anything. We knew we were getting something that they had some faith in, and for the most part, we've been very pleased with it. We've been very successful.
So has that changed now? So you're now accepting manuscripts from...
The authors that we started with are getting experience, so now we're, and yes, we are looking at things from previously published authors too,
Can I ask
successful.
you, what does it take for an editor to really fall in love with a book?
Good question.
What are you looking for?
Or what do you like to see?
Or what do you like? I mean, every editor's different, I suppose.
I like almost everything except the really creepy stuff.
Is there another editor at the house who gets the creepy stuff?
Well, if I can manage it that way, but and I do have to do some of them, and they make me nervous. But my favorite are the books that have some humor, and that have some. And I like to see a good plot. Well, if it wasn't a good plot, we wouldn't contract it.
Is there a particular author that, when you think of somebody who has humor and a good plot, that comes to mind? One of your authors that you...
Well, so a couple of these in particular.
You want to talk about Jess a little bit?
Yeah, Jess Lowry was one of our first authors, and she has, kind of worked. This is the fourth book. The fifth one is just about to go into production. It's
That's
called
September
September.
Morn, right?
Well, it's going to be
Change it?
September Fair because somebody else had already used that title. You know.
September Morn was such a great title.
Yeah, I know you talk about titles sometimes when you have your conversations, but we do have to check and see if somebody else has already thought of that wonderful title.
Well,
so.
you and Jess did very well with this book. It got a starred review.
With
and,
August Moon, mhm.
Yeah.
Jess we know Jess, and Jess is a local author. What about
Right.
Cricket McRae?
She does, this is her home crafting series, and I am just amazed at all the things she knows how to do. Her first book was called Lie in Wait, and it was about soap making.
Is she local?
Oh, my.
No, she is in
So she's
Colorado.
not a Minnesota. Colorado
No,
author.
she's out in Colorado.
You publish authors from all across
All
the
over.
country. They
Oh,
don't
yeah.
have to be
Yes.
Minnesota or Twin
Yes.
Cities based.
And this one is about spinning and knitting and so
Oh,
forth.
that's why it's
but
called Spin a Wicked Web.
It's about
Got it.
spinning, and it makes you
Carl, would
want
you
to
hold
do
up
it.
Mama Does Time?
Yes, sir.
This is a new author on the scene, and I just think she's adorable.
I know you just met her, and
Oh, have you?
Yeah.
Is she from Florida?
she's from
Yes.
Florida.
Okay.
And she wrote for USA Today for quite a while, and has done a lot of other writing. This may be her first foray into fiction, I'm not sure, but this is very, very humorous.
Yes.
This is very entertaining, and she was on the Today Show not too long ago.
What's her name again?
Touting it.
For
Deborah
this
Sharp.
particular book?
Deborah Sharp.
Deborah
Deborah
Sharp.
Sharp.
And her series is Mama Does Time, Mama, what's the second
Mama
one?
Rides Shotgun.
Mama Rides Shotgun. So Mama is the
That's
central
great.
character,
Yeah.
a 70-year-old grandmother. And
Yeah, well, no, she's 63,
Oh,
but
63,
she claims
okay.
to be 59. And she
Well,
has
sure.
3 daughters who, kind of try and keep her out of trouble. But yeah, she
All
found out.
right. As long as we've got it here, tell us a little bit about, I've already forgotten the name.
Lynn Scholes and Joe Moore, The 731 Legacy.
Yeah, that's the 4th of a series that they have been producing. They were one of our first, in our first group of authors, and I'm sure that wasn't their, they had a lot of writing credit to their name, but they live in Florida too. And this is a rather, a little bit supernatural, a little bit futuristic in a way, and it's a page turner.
As an editor, for any of our viewers out there who are hopeful writers, still unpublished, would you have advice to give them as an editor?
Well, I think you need to know what's out there, read and read and read, of course, and that's going to inspire you, and not to copy what you're reading, but just it's going to give you a reason to say, well, I have this idea, and I bet I can do this. I'll bet it'll work, and just keep working at it. Get an agent if you need to. Otherwise, it takes a while.
Write a really good book
Well, absolutely.
and get it edited, right?
Right.
Well, writing...
Right.
Before it comes
Go
to
ahead, you
you.
were going to say.
Well, no, Midnight Ink has been going now for how many years?
I can't remember, 5, 6,
5.
7, something like
And you do
that.
how many mysteries?
We do, well, I'm doing 13.
Okay.
And there's a couple other
13
editors.
this year.
This calendar year, yeah.
Okay.
Out of 22, I'm doing 13 mysteries.
So you
And
do sort of little more
One
than
or two a month, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, mostly
Boy,
a couple
that
a month.
really keeps the
That
pressure
keeps you
on.
hot.
Well, I have a designer, so she puts the book together and does a fantastic job, and she's fast. And don't anybody steal her.